Attention!
Welcome to the Film Mages Podcast, where the popcorn is our ammunition, the couch is our foxhole, and the cinema is a place of worship.
Now let me see your war face.
You know what? Let's skip the foreplay today. Let's go right into it, you know?
Yeah,
Raw dog it.
You want a raw dog?
Let's raw dog.
I want to know what's going on.
Jesus
Christ.
No.
Boy, she clearly wants to get to the finale of this one.
Oh, my God. Okay, hello, everybody.
Hi, everybody. Yeah, we didn't even introduce ourselves
Yeah,
yet.
we're not doing that.
They might not know who we are.
That's fine.
We're gonna play.
You did it, though. You guys are always trying to fucking one-up me, and this is the one time I remembered that we do
That's
this.
not true. You had a really good one time.
Yeah, you've done it a few times.
Yeah. No,
It's
give
a
yourself
fairly,
some more credit.
It's
You're
a
really...
fairly even split, honestly.
Excellent.
Hello, everyone. We're
I
the
like
Film
even splits.
Majors. We're the Film Majors. We are the Film Majors.
We're the Film Majors.
I'm Alexis.
I'm Mick.
And I'm Zach. And we're here wishing you a happy, holly jolly holiday season.
Woo.
Yeah, so how's everybody doing? How are you feeling about that?
That was great. That was a good introduction.
I'm feeling so fucking festive in this room.
Oh, God. Folks, if you could see the room that we are recording in, you would just... Oh, it's incredible.
Yeah,
It feels like Christmas.
It does feel like Christmas.
Wherever you find love, it feels like Christmas.
And I found love in this room.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, dear.
So, you know...
You can always tell when Zach touches my leg and my thigh because I just go...
You can always tell when Mick and I are on the same side of the table.
Because
Alexis
goes quiet.
And Mick is moaning.
Yeah.
And then I say, oh, no.
Oh, no. Oh, yeah. Yeah, so, you know, I guess Alexis did ask the question.
Yeah, I mean, we can't go back to it.
Yeah, what is going on, guys?
Yeah, what's going on?
We're gonna have to play that music like right after our intro music.
Yeah, which is good. It's good because you're editing it. So.
No, it's okay.
We should do it. It'll be funny.
Okay, all right.
If this is your first episode you're listening to,
we did it wrong.
That might be a little jarring, but this is our segment, What's Going On, where we talk about
what's going on.
So, guys, what's going on?
Well, I watched the new trailer for the new Indiana Jones 5. What's it called?
The Dial of Destiny, which is a fucking terrible title.
Okay, that was my main takeaway from the trailer, which is the weird title. Like, is it like a cursed rotary phone that they're finding?
Oh, the new Indiana Jones movie is called Indiana Jones and the Dial of Destiny?
Yeah.
Which just kind of sucks as a title.
But wait. Aren't there, like, the dials on those, like, old-timey, like, being able to tell the position
like
of the sun?
Like a sundial?
A sundial, yeah.
Oh, that would make more sense.
Okay, you know what?
Yeah.
Get out of here with your logic and your reason, okay?
Oh, you mean my historical education?
Yes, that.
Yeah.
Great.
Stop being smart.
God.
What do you think this podcast is for?
I'll open up my cranium and throw my brain out. I'm
Thank you.
sure the boys will love me more after.
I'm sure the listeners would appreciate that, you know, if we just...
Yeah, we don't need any intelligence on this podcast.
No, that's not why they tune in.
That is... I'm offended. So many of my girlies, my smart girlies, listen to this.
We love the smart girlies.
We're very sorry to the smart girlies.
Smart girlies, we love you.
Yeah.
Excellent. Great.
That was great. That was good.
Yeah, so Mick, what did you think of the trailer overall?
Oh, it looks... Honestly, I think I'm kind of lukewarm and have no feelings one way or the other.
Cool. Awesome.
Yeah.
I'm so glad you brought it up.
Well, Phoebe Waller-Bridge is in it.
I really like Phoebe
and
Waller-Bridge, so I'll watch
you
it
know,
just for that.
let's get into the argument now a little bit. Let's get out of the way. Let's rip this Band-Aid off. I liked No Time to Die.
Okay.
I liked it. It made me
Yeah.
cry. I watched it in the theater in Mississippi when I was shooting a movie there, and I honestly had a really great time with it. I kind of did a marathon of all the movies leading up to it. I really thought it was a great send-off to Mr. Bond. So Phoebe Waller-Bridge, who wrote and directs, Fleabag?
She wrote and directed Fleabag.
Great show.
Did she direct Fleabag? I don't know if she directed it, but she starred and wrote it, and it's originally based off of a one-woman play that she did as well. So.
Yeah, well, regardless, I am a fan of hers now, thanks to you, Alexis.
You're so welcome.
It piques my interest enough. She looks like she's of the world. She very much looks like she fits in an Indiana Jones adventure.
Also, she's really kind of sarcastic. She has like some zhuzh to her
She
sarcasm.
has the French called an ajou. She has a vajou. You dip that sandwich right in there.
You say a vajou?
Did you just say you dip a sandwich in the vajou?
Yeah, that's what I heard.
Ajou.
I heard. Oh, no.
It's ajou, like ajou sauce,
That's not what you said.
I did say
It's not what that sounded like.
Did not sound like that.
Can we get DJ? Can we get a playback?
Yeah.
Just kidding.
Ajou.
But no, I think that her personality kind of fits with like Harrison
Yes.
Ford's. So I'm kind of curious to see what the chemistry is between like the characters. As what was it? Godfather and goddaughter or something?
Yeah.
Something like that.
Also, I will say that, regardless of how good the, story is or the filmmaking is, I am nervous because even though I like James Mangold, this is the first one Spielberg's not directing.
Oh, is Spielberg not directing?
Yeah.
This one? Oh, no.
But Harrison Ford does care a lot about Indiana Jones.
I love the jokes that are going on in the internet, like, because, Harrison Ford said he was never going to do another movie, but then people are like, maybe he's just doing this one so that Chris Pratt can't be Indiana Jones.
I feel like that's honestly part of it.
Yeah. I would believe that. And thank God for that.
Yeah.
Harrison Ford, you were doing the Lord's work.
Another reboot at all.
I'm so tired of Chris Pratt, guys. No, I am. I really am.
No.
He was cute and charming while he was on Parks and Recreation, but now he got hot and it got to his head, and now he's like, what? Fucking Republican or some shit?
Yeah, no.
Yeah,
Remember the picture he posted on Easter where he put up a crucifix?
Ugh.
Yeah.
I've always been an Anna Faris fan for I don't know.
And he did her dirty, right?
I don't know if he necessarily did her dirty, but I can't imagine it was great. So
On the scale of the spectrum of dirties, we have dirty, dirty, dirty.
maybe a dish
dirty,
rag.
dirty, birdie.
Yeah. Not filthy gutter rag, but maybe dish rag.
The Film Majors.
All right.
The world's premier film talk show.
Yep.
Is it dirty, dirty, or dirty, dirty, birdie?
No, it's dirty dish rag, not dirty gutter rag.
Dirty dish rag. Gotcha. Can you tell I like saying dirty?
Great. You sound like a fucking bucket, you
Muppet. I do think the short clip we got of a de-aged Harrison Ford is working for me for the half second that we got. But then again, the test with a de-aged character is, what does it look like when they talk?
Well, I'm concerned that, because no one wants to see Indiana Jones recast, they're like, okay, what if we did an Indiana Jones movie with a digital Harrison Ford? And to quote Tom Cruise being told that there was going to be a digital Tom Cruise in Mission Impossible Ghost Protocol, there is no digital Tom, only Tom. And there is no digital Harrison Ford, only the actual Harrison Ford.
Is that what Tom Cruise said?
Yes, no, he was...
There's no digital Harrison Ford?
No, okay, I'm paraphrasing.
Oh, okay, I was like, wow, he was...
I'm paraphrasing? I think paraphrasing means to take what is already there and just
kind of
shorten it.
rewrite.
Well, I'm applying it to something else.
Great.
That's cool.
We don't need a digital Harrison Ford.
There are no rules on the Film Majors, let's be honest.
There are no rules,
Yeah.
only guidelines.
Are there those?
No.
Well, because if this were a dolly track, y'all would be off the rock.
You best start believing in ghost stories, Miss Turner. Because there's no guidelines here.
Oh,
That's the line, right?
yeah, nailed it.
Harley?
So, I watched a couple of... Yeah, that's from that movie.
That was great.
Yeah, that's from the movie.
that reference. She's clearly seen that movie, too.
So, a couple of things that I watched. For one thing, I want to shout out my buddy Seamus's short film.
We love you, Seamus.
Yeah, Seamus
Fuck yeah,
Malakatsalee made
Who
a
are
short
you?
film called
I don't know.
Shiloh.
But I love it.
He's my buddy from high school, and
okay.
he
I love that for
he's
you.
living in France, and he made a very sweet short art film that I enjoyed quite a bit.
Great.
Nice.
So you can find that on Vimeo. And to get into the big ticket item,
Okay.
Oh, yeah.
I watched RRR, directed by
pirate
SS
film.
Rajamouli. It is not a pirate
I
film.
was like, what? What pirate
It stands
movie?
for Rise, Roar, Revolt. and it is a 3-hour and 5-minute Indian action epic.
Do you remember in summer there was that Bollywood film that came out?
It's not
Everyone was raving
Bollywood.
about
Not
it.
Bollywood. It's Tollywood because it's a Telugu language film.
Okay.
I've been corrected on this, so I'm just gonna put
So
that
there's
out there now.
Tollywood?
Yes, they don't make Hindi language movies, to my understanding. They make Telugu.
Why do
cinema.
they call it Bollywood? Is there a city called... Is it Bali?
I'm
No, so then
not
why do we call it
totally
that?
sure.
That feels like something white people do.
Somebody Google it.
Okay.
All right.
But yeah, RRR immediately jumped up into my top 10 of the year.
Yeah, I
little
gotta see
spoiler
it.
for
I
when we
gotta
do
see
our
it.
top 10 episode. I am almost positive that RRR is going to be on it. It is a fucking thrill-a-minute action movie. It's got the best dance scene in any movie this year. I loved it. I laughed. I cackled. I cried. It is...
Laugh, cackle, and cry.
Passed the Zach test. Did I laugh? Did I cackle? Did I cry?
Wow. I heard so many good things about it. When I was doing that movie with some actors back in the summer, they mentioned that they loved it and they were watching it on repeat viewings. I'm gonna really have to check it out. Now I held off from watching it because I heard that you couldn't find the original language version on Prime, and that stopped me from watching it, or Netflix. That stopped me from watching it, but now I think that was a mistake. I should have just shot forward.
I put it off for the same reason. I looked for it in theaters, but when it was playing close to us, I was just working too much, so I didn't have the time to go to a 3-hour movie. And then by the time that I did, it was basically already out of theaters. But I am very glad that I have finally watched it because it is incredible. You'll see a guy throw a flaming motorcycle at somebody. You'll see a guy punch a tiger, and you'll see the best dance white boy dance number.
Does he do the white man's overbite?
There is kind of a white man's overbite.
Oh, there you go. They got it right.
No, there's literally a dance number where the song lyrics are basically, "Can you do this dance, white boy? Dance, white boy."
Oh, I love it.
It's
I love it.
spectacular.
Man, selling me on it.
Yeah, so shout out to Mr. Rajamouli. Loved your film.
Oh, that's great.
Cool.
Damn.
I'll have to watch it.
So the Bollywood name actually originated because it's the Mumbai film industry, but it was originally Bombay. That was what or the prefecture,
Right.
city, whatever.
I feel bad. I feel like I have to apologize to our film professor Michelle because she definitely told us that.
Oh, I'm
that
sure.
was definitely
I'm
in
sure
a lecture that Michelle
told us.
gave.
You know what though? There was a movie that Michelle showed in in their comedy class, and I finally watched it at the end of last year. PK, did you ever?
PK, yeah, PK
Love
fucking
that.
rules.
I showed you that.
Yes. Well, Michelle put it on my radar first, but yes, you showed it to me.
Yeah, stolen valor, Mick.
Never get Michelle's way, that's for sure.
Yeah. Never stand between Alexis and
Michelle, that's so fucking real. Alexis had such a huge crush on our film professor.
Ooh,
That's true.
this is very, very true.
Yeah, I did. I can't help it if somebody's actually smarter than me and confuses the fuck out of me. I'm like, oh my god, what's happening? Am I turned on?
Well,
Don't want to fuck them.
I
Don't
can't
wanna be
blame you.
them.
Michelle's
I
the
don't know.
coolest fucking person ever.
Oh
Yeah.
no.
Do you remember the way they would make eye contact with you while they were giving a lecture, but they would write continuously on the board without even looking?
Oh my god, yeah,
So
no, they'd
fucking
be
sick.
like, they do like a timeline or something, and then
Yeah.
they'd be like looking at you, and they have drawn like 50 circles around this thing, and you can no longer actually read what they actually
Yeah.
wrote anymore, and you're just like, yeah, the
Yes,
point,
Dr.
the point,
Cartier.
the point
Yes,
has been
Dr.
driven home.
Cartier.
Yes. Yeah. Didn't they
Was-
play Blazing Saddles in one of their
In their comedy class?
Yeah.
Yeah, I wish I was able to take that.
Yeah, Michelle said that was like one of her favorite.
Their favorite?
Oh, actually, I have a great story. So I, because I don't know, guess I sucked up enough, but I got to be their TA the last year that we were in school, and that semester that COVID happened, they were taking some time off to go to some conventions or something to do with something important in academic. Okay, doesn't matter. They weren't there. I had to start the class.
Oh
and,
yes, I know this story.
And so I was like, that whole week I'd been like, coming to class and like putting on a movie and playing it for people so that they could like watch it and do their homework afterwards or whatever.
That you got to do that.
Yeah, and then I just like sit there and like watch a movie or like be on my phone or something. It was great, and I got paid for that. Yeah, love it.
Big flex.
But so the movie that they had on was Y Tu Mamá También, and I kind of forgot that the very beginning of that movie is just a very lengthy sex scene.
Oh, spoilers! I haven't seen it yet.
And well, it's just the opening scene. So I popped that movie in, and I was like, okay, I should stand here and make sure that the volume and everything is gonna be.
Make sure they can hear all the moaning.
Okay.
Yeah.
And so then the movie starts, and I'm like looking up at the screen, and then I'm like, oh God, because I'm like waiting for them to say something so that I can know whether or not the audio is on, but they just keep fucking. So I'm just standing in front of a class of like 20-somethings and just like, okay.
Impressionable minds.
All right, so we're going to get to some dialogue at some point. And they did, and I finally got to sit down, and I was like, oh my God, that was mortifying.
That's
endowing them with your academia. Well done.
Yeah, thank you. Great movie,
Anyways, I've never really thought of Alexis as a professor before. I kind of like that. I like that.
Simmer down. Oh, man. Did you watch any other movies?
No, that was the only movie that I caught between when we last recorded and now.
Oh, okay. The one movie that I didn't watch with Mick this week was Spider-Man No Way Home. I finally caught that movie.
Oh, what'd you think?
You know what?
That is a Christmas film.
Yeah, I guess so. Is it?
Yeah, it's set at Christmas.
Is it?
Yeah.
No, it's not.
The ending happens at Christmas. The last scene is him swinging past the, Times Square Christmas tree.
There's snow. There is snow.
There's
okay.
Christmas.
Wait, hold on.
There's
Question
Christmas,
for the council here.
Okay, sure.
If Christmas somehow pops up in a movie, even for a glimpse or a scene, does that make it a Christmas film?
No.
It doesn't necessarily make it a Christmas film, but it makes it eligible to be watched at Christmas, because I am of the opinion that there are only so many actually good movies where Christmas is the central, conceit of the film.
Yeah.
It revolves all around Christmas.
Oh my God.
There are many good movies set at Christmas.
Yeah.
Which is why you have to spruce your Christmas viewing up with some of those.
Spruce the Christmas
a la Kiss Kiss Bang Bang.
Lethal Weapon.
Yeah.
Die Hard.
Great.
Yeah.
Keep it rattling off.
Okay.
Batman Returns.
Great. Yeah, I did actually enjoy the movie because, like I said, Spider-Man is the one character or superhero that I actually know quite a lot about, and I've seen all the different Spider-Man movies except for all the Tom Holland ones. And so I really enjoyed seeing Toby and Andrew come up, and I definitely teared up, because Andrew's Spider-Man had this moment where he got to save MJ, and you're just like, oh, poor man, he didn't get to save his. But yeah, so enjoyed it. It was fine.
I am furious that Marvel kind of got me with that one too. I don't think it's a great
all
movie.
The OG villains.
But yeah, if you're gonna bring back Willem Dafoe as the Green Goblin, I will eventually see it because he's so fucking good.
I was just thinking about that this morning, about how fucking iconic Willem Dafoe is because I can think of him as in so many different things, like Spider-Man, Green Goblin, the Boondock Saints, and he plays this weird detective.
Yeah, he plays fucking Jesus.
Yeah.
American Psycho.
The Lighthouse.
Yeah.
The Lighthouse,
so many. You can go on and on and on and on. Florida Project.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh,
Platoon.
I love the Florida Project.
Yeah,
Such
incredible.
a good
To
film.
Live and Die in L.A. Let's just talk about Willem Dafoe
We
for
should
a
have a
while.
Willem Dafoe
Scratch the
episode.
Willem Dafoe.
We love you, Willem.
We can't scratch this episode.
And then let's see here. What did we watch? We watched Saving Private Ryan because
we finally watched Saving Private Ryan.
Another Christmas film.
And no, it's not. And wait, you're right. That scene
what?
with old Saint Nick.
Oh my God.
The scene where the Nazis gun Santa down.
Speaking of Nazis, Jojo Rabbit. We also watched.
Wow,
Jojo
you guys
Rabbit.
had a Nazi-filled day.
Great. Why do you have to say it like that?
Wow, I did not see that coming.
Son of a bitch! You beat me by a fucking second.
Okay. I
Oh,
really,
God.
I like Jojo Rabbit even more on like a second watch.
It's great.
Actually, yeah. You know, when that movie came out, I had gotten a text from my mom who was like, "You know, this is just always how it goes. Is she tells me like how much she thinks that I will love a movie, and she like will talk about how she's like, I might just go see it again. And I'm like, you precious little woman. And then we watched Before Sunrise.
Yes, we did.
Yeah,
Yeah.
out of my box set.
Yeah, we took your box set.
Yeah,
We
I was
took-
wondering where my box set of the Before trilogy went.
yeah,
You enjoyed it?
Oh, it reminded me of Annie Hall with like a lot of the like some of the long takes. But he's really, really, really good at casual conversation.
Linklater?
Linklater.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was kind of stunned. I've seen one of the scenes done by some acting students before, and it was still very like profound, but seeing it in its original content was really great.
As I told Alexis, at first it took me a bit to get into it because I don't know, a lot of it came across as pseudo-intellectualism for me, but as it continued to develop, and then as you learned a lot about these characters through contrasts of each other, I really began to enjoy it.
Which was what we talked about before, was like when Harry Met Sally, I watched this video that was like genre and breaking convention, or staying within convention but it not becoming cliche. They do the same thing in Before Sunrise, where it's like they take the characters and they reveal things about themselves and through the characters through comparison of each other and the people around them. So I really liked the movie.
Yeah.
Good film.
I don't want to get into it too much because I
think we
would
could
be
cover it
very
for-
open to talking about this in a couple of months.
Yeah.
Before Sunrise, could that be, or should we do the whole trilogy? Or should we just do the first?
Maybe just I don't know. We'll see. I still haven't seen the last one.
I haven't seen the second two.
But I love that movie essentially shows the full development of a relationship over a single night.
Yeah.
I think that's such a neat trick.
And I love how she basically talks about how it feels like this is our own time right now, how that almost doesn't seem real, and how the next day in the morning where they're at the train station, it feels like, oh, time is now back.
Yeah.
Like now we have a ticking clock here. And, I think anytime someone has met someone special, it does kind of feel like time stands still and your moments are your own until that just kind of goes back to feeling normal.
Yeah.
When you have to say goodbye the next morning.
Second movie's maybe even better
Really?
in terms of especially the ending. The final line gets me so hard.
Wow.
It's really, really
The
good.
the line gets you hard?
Oh.
Yeah,
maybe
no,
we
that's
should watch
crazy
it
because
together,
lines usually leave you soft.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's good. That's a good bit.
Yeah, you just put all that
I
together.
do not like it when
That
you
was
guys
funny.
agree on things when you're on the same side of the table.
Oh,
Hot seat.
a little lower.
Spicy,
We,
spicy.
but yes, we watched Saving Private Ryan, which left us messy and unfuckable, predictably.
Oh, yeah. No, I just...
There's something about a soldier bleeding out and just calling for his mama that just really, really pulls at the old heartstrings.
Why would you say that? That was literally the line that I brought up about how... You know what? Never mind.
Well,
What?
now you have to say it.
Well, what?
No, that was just...
You say it because you're way more eloquent than I am.
No, that was just like... I was just talking about... how typical it was for, like, okay, that's why I was like, oh, I really love Jojo Rabbit because one of the characters is a child, but he's also like a soldier, and at the end of the movie, he's like, I just want to go back to my mom. I just need a cuddle.
Yeah.
Right? And I think that, like, pairing that with Saving Private Ryan, it's like, oh yeah, no, like, literally all these people were just like children.
They were.
You know?
Well, a lot of them were just 18, 19 years
19.
old.
I mean, you can still be a child into your 20s, you know?
Absolutely.
Like, your mom is still the most important woman in your life, and that's who you cry out for at the end. And me saying that line to myself made me messy and unfuckable because I just kept thinking about it more and more, like all these people who would never get to go home to their mommies.
Yeah, I think when you were dying like that, I would not be surprised if you really do revert back to
No, absolutely.
that mental state. It's really sad, and that was something that
All
a
you
lot
want
of
is a fucking hug, dude.
that's
also,
something the
you know-
veterans mentioned that the movie got right, which was on D-Day. A lot of times they would hear soldiers crying out to their mothers, just really fucked up.
And if you were a Nazi soldier, I hope you cried out to your mother, and she never came, and you died slow, you fucking Nazi bitch.
That was really difficult, too, though, because in Saving Private Ryan, there's, like, the Dutch people who had been forced to be in the German army. And,
Alexis is referring to basically towards the end of the D-Day sequence, you have those two German soldiers pop up, and they are surrendering. Yeah. And they end up shooting them point blank regardless. And something you might not know, because there's no subtitles for that, is that those are Dutch soldiers saying, we are Dutch, we were kidnapped by the Germans, don't shoot us. And then they shoot.
Interesting.
Yeah. Well, I think just in general, modern war films, most of them now, are less about the glorification of war and more about just... or maybe it's not. Maybe I'm just generalizing of like a lot of the blockbuster movies that I've seen, or like kind of glorifying war. And whereas like Saving Private Ryan and the Paths of Glory,
Paths of Glory, and that's something else that's kind of interesting about Saving Private Ryan is that it is a anti-war film through and through. Yeah. But it's also a piece of propaganda as well. Yeah. Because I mean, Steven Spielberg received I forget what medal it was, but anyways, when the movie came out, the Pentagon held a ceremony for Steven Spielberg and gave him the highest honor that a civilian can receive from the military for his duty to showing the American people and the world what soldiers, both sides, went through for that conflict.
Yeah, I hope if I ever make films, I hope I never fucking receive an award from the Pentagon. That's a goal.
Same.
That's a goal. Go fuck yourselves.
If I never have to meet
the military-industrial complex, giving you a pat on the back on how we loved it. We loved it. Except for Top Gun Maverick.
They'd give me a pat on the.
We love Top Gun Maverick,
and I would literally be like, "I'm about to fucking commit a felony. I'm going to commit a felony
about
right
to commit treason."
Yeah.
But also anti-war films we watched. The new
All Quiet on the Western Front.
The remake on Netflix.
It was good.
It was good.
It was long.
It's a very long film, but I have to say I think it's probably the best war film to come out in a very long time.
Yeah, and it was a World War I one, so lots of
from the German perspective.
Yes.
Which was interesting.
The Germans.
Yeah.
The Germans.
So, like,
hello to our German listeners.
I know that we always, take a hard stance against Germany. But,
our third most listening country.
Some people, were just forced to be in this shit,
Yeah, let's not defend.
I'm not defending anyone. I'm just saying there is a way to empathize with a lot of people who were in tough situations during that time.
Yeah.
So.
Unless you were a Nazi, suck my dick.
Yeah.
All right. Do we want to get out of what's going on?
Wait. I love Sam Rockwell and Jojo Rabbit. He's so good.
He's
That's
so
it.
good.
That's all I need to say.
Okay. Wonderful. Let's get out of what's going on. We are a pro Sam Rockwell podcast, though.
We are a pro Sam Rockwell.
Very profoundly pro Sam Rockwell.
Yeah.
So what we wanted to talk about today was children's films that hold up fucking hard.
Great. So you guys start.
Yeah, Mick, do you have anything?
Other than breathing heavy, because we can have less of that.
Is this the Zodiac?
Kids' films that still hold up.
That's what I'm saying.
Jeez, there's just so many to pick. You know what? I'll be honest. I have not seen a lot of like classic kids' films from my own childhood lately. I kind of, we kind of did a marathon with Alexis for her birthday. We watched a bunch of old Disney classics. But you know what? I'm gonna pull an easy answer here and say that I bet you if you were to rewatch right now, if you were to put The Incredibles on,
yep,
that
The
movie
Incredibles is still
is
good.
So good.
I like that movie
It's
more
fantastic.
now than I did as a kid.
Michael Giacchino's score for that is
Michael Giacchino.
Whatever, I don't give a fuck. His music's good. That's all I can tell him. Is that great music? Brad Bird did such a good job with that film. The voice cast is so fantastic. It's such a great adventure film. And you know what? It's a movie that teaches you to embrace who you are and be yourself.
Yeah.
Even if you are a soup.
Wonderful. Wow. Billy Butcher coming out here. Even if you're a fucking soup.
I was not listening to you for a second, so when you said a soup,
What a
I was
surprise.
like, what? Why are we talking about soup? I'm not hungry.
Wow.
Sorry, I came in at the wrong moment.
Oh boy.
I feel so listened to.
Yeah, you
No,
should.
I am glad that you brought up Michael Giacchino's score though, because I genuinely think that might be the best score of the 21st century.
Wow.
I
don't know if it's that.
I think it is. Like,
No, it is really, really good.
Of movie scores that I will put the fuck on and listen to in my car, The Incredibles is maybe number one. Like, both the, classic Incredibles theme and the, oh my god, there's a piece of music called, like, Life's Incredible Again, I think. Mm-hmm. It's the one that's like
Yeah, the jazzy bit where it gets it. It's the montage where
he's
he gets
getting
his
his groove
Corvette.
back on. I that piece of music makes me so like
Bricked
indescribably happy or bricked up. Yeah, no, it breaks me up.
Samuel
No.
Jackson is so good in that movie.
Yes,
Syndrome.
but no.
What a great villain.
Yeah.
Really great villain. I mean, they really went some places with that film. That was really, really well done.
Yeah, what's his name? He played My Name is Earl. What's his name?
I have no clue.
The guy from Almost Famous.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Fuck, what is his name?
Well, you have your phone out. Why don't you look it up?
I'm looking up other things. Damn.
All right. Well, I'll bring up another Brad Bird film that holds up.
The Iron Giant.
Oh wow, I was gonna say Ratatouille, but yeah,
Oh,
the
I
Iron
love the
Giant
Iron
as well.
Giant.
That's a great. Oh, fuck. That should have been my answer. That's a movie that holds up.
It does. That movie still makes me cry.
Harry
to
Connick
this day.
Jr.,
I
yeah.
have that movie on DVD.
Wow.
I hadn't seen the Iron Giant until a couple of years ago.
Really?
Jason Lee.
Yeah, I bawled my eyes
Oh,
out.
okay. Nice. Yeah, no, great. Honestly, great pick. Iron Giant is.
Wasn't my pick, but I'm glad we're talking about it.
Yeah, no, really, really good. That's another Brad Bird kids film that goes kind of dark places. I mean, when the Iron Giant finally unfurls into this giant intergalactic killing machine and just starts laying waste to that little New England town, it's incredible.
Yeah, it's scary.
It's really well done. Well done, Brad Bird. Look at you. Whatever happened?
Look
Yeah,
at
three different movies that like each of us are bringing up that are like stone cold classics from Brad Bird.
Stone cold classics for Brad Bird.
So, like, how far back do we have to go for it to, like, be held up? Does it have to be, like, more than 10 years?
I
Why are
don't
you gonna
think
say
so.
Coco?
No, I'm not going to say Coco.
'Cause that's a good answer.
I just
That's
think it should
a very
be.
recent movie.
if
I was
if
thinking,
it's
like, Coraline.
Oh yeah,
Oh, that's a good one.
That's a good one. Good
I
pick.
loved that movie when it came out because I'd read the book when I was like a little kid.
Same.
And, well, so like I read it in probably like when I was the character's age, so like maybe like 8, 9, 10. And that book scared the fuck out of me because it had this like really creepy like only black kind of inked characters that weren't all like the book wasn't illustrated. There was just some little
Like chapter illustrations.
yeah, exactly. And they scared the fuck out of me.
Yeah, Coraline scared me so fucking bad as a kid too. I read that book as well, and did I ever tell you about that nightmare that I had when I was a kid?
Please do.
When I was a little kid, I had a nightmare that like I walked over to my like walk-in closet. I had like a small walk-in closet, and I opened the
bougie little
door,
kid.
and the like trap door to our like duct system fell down, and the other mother's hand was coming out of it.
Oof.
And I woke up to the sound of my trap door in my closet falling down.
You told me about this.
Yeah, and I was like, hell nah. Went and slept in my mom's room. Came into my room the next day. It was covered in bugs.
Ooh.
Yeah, it's the scariest
That's quite the
thing
walk-in
ever.
closet you have.
Yeah.
Damn.
So yeah, Coraline has held a place in my heart as a very frightening book and film.
Great.
And that book, that adaptation by Henry Selick is pretty fucking great.
Okay.
Was that your pick, or are you still kind of networking a little bit over there?
I mean, I'm still kind of networking. I mean, I don't know. I really, if there is any sector that I think that I am hardcore in, it might be like the children's movie sector. So I don't even think I can tell you a movie that held up because I
so
still
close to your heart.
because I still rewatch so many children's movies just to put a little bit more warmth back into my fucking heart.
Well, yeah,
Yeah,
I feel like
that you're touching on something that, you know what, sometimes nostalgia seems really cheap
Yeah.
and not healthy escapism,
Yeah.
you know, because sometimes you just need to move on with your life and appreciate those things as memories, but that's all they are, as memories. But I'm with you. Sometimes the cynicism of adulthood, the ice cold fingers of life, just
The late stage capitalism.
Late-stage capitalism.
Those ice cold fingers.
I hate them too. And so it is nice to kind of curl up next to a good old classic kids film from your childhood. I'm with you on that.
So I mean, to be fair, I've seen basically all the Studio Ghibli movies and most
That's a
Disney
good one.
movies from So I mean, I couldn't name any of them.
When we rewatched Bambi recently, God, that made me cry so quickly. Oh my God.
Do you know what Bambi's mom's name is?
Bornby?
No, it's Blamby.
Nice.
Because she got kablammed.
That's correct.
Oh.
I'm sad.
Gun violence in America joke.
You guys remember the movie Babe?
Yes,
With
it's a
those
George
big-
Miller classic.
That's a George Miller film.
I love that movie.
It's a good movie.
Bahram you, to your sheep, your fleece, your clan be true. Bahram you. That's the code that he has to tell the sheep in order to get them to like him.
Oh,
You know?
I thought that was Mad Max Warrior.
That's from the Road Warrior.
Yeah.
Yeah, basically. I could never forget that fucking phrase. I don't know why that is burned into my fucking subconscious.
Burned into your mind.
Yeah.
You know a kids film I would like to revisit? We've talked about this. James and the Giant Peach.
Ooh, yeah,
Yeah.
another Henry Selick
Henry Selick,
movie.
yeah.
I wonder if that movie is as cursed as I remember it. I'm sure it is, but it probably holds up still.
I think so.
Probably.
I think most of Henry Selick's stuff is just pretty fucking good. And, you know, somehow we found out that as time has gone on, Mick is no longer the mayor of The Nightmare Before Christmas Town.
Oh, yeah.
It's me.
It is you.
Wow. Why is that?
I don't know. I really just feel like
There
I'm
have been-
leaning into teasing Mick these days.
Yeah, there have
and-
been numerous instances of you telling me one thing. Like,
Yeah.
okay, fine, I guess that's the stance. And then you immediately turn around and you change your mind, and I can't keep up.
You know, I'll
It's
be like,
exhausting.
I'm just kidding.
So now I know what it's like to be with a Gemini, and I give both of you credit for putting up with me.
Oh, yeah. That's fair.
I will not tolerate this astrology business. You know what's one film from my childhood, which to be fair, I bring it up all the fucking time.
Ratatouille?
No.
What is it?
Who Framed Roger Rabbit, man?
Oh,
Which,
yeah.
you know, is that a kid's film?
Yes.
Yeah, but it's from the beautiful era of the 1980s where films were made, you know, that were appropriate for children as
Yeah.
opposed to,
Well-
intended only for children.
Back to the Future is a kid's film, but that movie's like, ugh.
Yeah, exactly. Robert
Hey,
Zemeckis.
guys, The Princess Bride.
Ooh, yeah, another good
I
one.
love that movie so much.
It's still the movie still holds up. It's still
so
fucking funny.
good. Inconceivable.
Yeah, that's from Rob Reiner's incredible
I'm telling you, dude,
movie
we
run.
have to have a Rob Reiner month or something like that because he came out with so many good movies.
Yeah.
You have a Princess Bride.
Spinal Tap.
You have Spinal Tap. You have
Misery.
When Harry Met Sally. You have Misery. You have
Stand By Me.
Stand By Me. You have A Few Good Men.
Don't love that movie.
I haven't seen it, but I hear it's good. I'm just rattling them out. It's Rob Reiner, man. I know you're listening to this. You know,
Come
rest
on the
in
show.
peace. Your father, Carl Reiner, was a classic, wonderful guy. I don't know. Yeah, good stuff. I rehearsed that.
Wonderful.
You ever think about how Toy Story 2 is just the perfect story about how we're a throwaway culture?
No,
I haven't watched that movie in so long.
no, I'm sure you're right though.
Well, because famously, Jessie, her owner, grew up and left her behind, and it's fucking the same lady who does the ASPCA commercials. In the arms of an angel. You've never seen those commercials?
I might have.
Oh, maybe you didn't because you didn't have cable as a kid. But they
I
would
had
come
a
on at
VHS player.
4 a.m. and it'd be the SPCA commercial, and you just see a bunch of dogs in cages, and it'd be the
Oh,
fucking,
God.
that
Oh,
sad
yeah,
song.
I know those.
Yeah, but that same woman did the song that's When I Belong to You, was the song in Toy Story 2. And
Wow.
I don't know, it was just like a really good like coming of age kind of story that, you know, teaches us about how we essentially make toys null and void and how sad it is for them probably to be forgotten.
Well, they're toys.
So, okay, that's fine.
Wow.
You know what? I could say the same thing about the movie.
Whoa.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
Don't make me... Oh.
Yeah, come across this table. I will end you.
Oh,
Hey,
yeah.
I don't want to.
Huh?
All right. Simmer down, guys. Remember,
settling.
it's Christmas.
We're set. Hi-ho. No, that's not the right.
Nope.
No, that's
Hi
not
ho, hi ho.
Hi-ho.
It's Christmas, we go.
And with that, I vote that we transition into talking about our film.
Great.
Yay.
And that film is Brian Henson's 1992 delightful film, The Muppet Christmas Carol.
Did you say Brian or Ryan?
Brian.
Brian.
Oh, it is Brian.
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 This is a film that was and is near and dear to Mick and I's hearts. It has been a Christmas staple in my household since I can remember. And Alexis had not seen it yet.
No.
Alexis,
We were not a Muppet household.
what did you think?
Fuck it, you Muppet.
Fuck it, you Muppet.
All right, let's move past the 1975. I know it's hard,
It's really hard. I'm hard.
but let's talk about the Muppets. Alexis, what did you think of the movie?
I really enjoyed it. I had my reservations because I have to have my reservations every time we go into something that you guys really like, because I don't know if it's going to be one of those like bros really like it kind of thing, like specifically you two as bros, not like you as in like bros culture in general.
So you thought A Muppet's Christmas Carol was going to be a bros movie?
The bros love the Muppets.
I just thought it's something that you guys share. There's a few things that it's like, oh, you guys certainly just share that between the two of you.
Like Mick's ass?
Well,
Notice how I have no retort for that. The silence was deafening.
Jesus Christ.
you have a monopoly on that?
Yeah. It's sort of, I leased it out, but, you know,
Revealing.
I own the deed to it.
There are a few people listening to this podcast like, what? I thought I had the monopoly on that.
No, I'm sorry, viewers. You only have a sublease.
Get around. I get around. Yeah.
We
get
live in LA.
around,
We
get
all have to
around, I get
sublease.
around.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm sorry. I loved that musical thing you just did. Yeah, no, I liked it. I cried a few times, so you know it passed my test.
Yeah, it passed
and,
the test.
It clearly isn't just something that you guys like. I know a lot of other people like it, so like I gotta hand it to you. I loved Michael Caine. I really, really liked Animal, and who's the Christmas homie? The ghost of
The Ghost of Christmas Present?
Yeah. Who was he?
He's original for the movie. He's
original
not
for
part of the
movie. He was
Muppets
cool.
cast.
I liked him.
He's a
He-
one-hit wonder.
Good vibes, good food, good
Good
tunes.
tunes.
That man.
Yep.
Yeah. So
Come and be no better man.
So I don't know if I've discussed this on the podcast, but I really enjoyed a tweet that I read a few weeks back that was like, one of our best qualities as a species is treating the Muppets as real celebrities. And Alexis absolutely did that before the film started.
Okay.
Because as the credits were rolling, Alexis turned to me and went, "Who does Kermit the Frog play?"
Yeah.
And I was like, hell yeah. One of our
It's a
greatest...
sentient being.
Yeah, he's one of our finest actors, Kermit
Yeah.
the Frog. So that made me really happy. I knew you were going into it with the right mindset.
I mean, I know that Kermit the Frog is Kermit the Frog.
Yeah,
So.
he's a guy.
We're just giving you credit for that.
Yeah,
Thanks.
we're,
Great.
you know.
Thank you guys. I'm here to please.
You're not, though.
No, I'm not.
Don't
I'm
lie.
really not. I'm here to. I don't know.
Well,
In our commercial break,
this episode is brought to you by
Jiffy Lube.
Jiffy Lube.
How long has it been since you've last checked your odometer? It might be time to replace that old rusty, trusty oil filter. So please swing on by Jiffy Lube, where use the promo code
Oil you up. That's oil, the letter U, up.
So wait, so it's oil UUP?
Yeah. There's hyphens in between.
Okay. Well, anyways,
okay.
come on down to Jiffy Lube and get the
We'll
lubed.
We'll lube you. We'll
In a
lube you up.
jiffy.
In a jiffy. We'll lube you up in a jiffy.
We'll lube you in a jiffy.
This is. I love that we finally have a sponsor.
It's so great how we definitely have a real sponsor. So, Mick, talk about your history with this film a little bit.
I mean, it's very similar to yours. Don't ask me when I first watched it. I have no memory of it, but I grew up with this film, and it really is a Christmas classic for the Muniai household. I absolutely loved it. I loved Michael Caine as Ebenezer Scrooge. I loved the musical numbers of it. I used to sing the songs all the time as a kid. I was a real Muppets kid. I really did. I loved all the movies. I absolutely love Muppets Treasure Island, which I saw first.
Fantastic film.
And when I found out they had a Christmas film, I seeked it out at my local video store called Walport Video, operated by Chuck Hill. May he rest in peace. And it really does hold up. Something you should know, listeners, is that we just finished this film probably an hour ago. Before gross, stop licking the pop filter, Alexis.
I'm not licking it.
Yeah, right. So it's good stuff.
You're doing good, Mick. Power on through.
Somehow Alexis manages to reach into my past, like the ghost of Christmas past, and just ruin it. What is that bright light? That's time.
My favorite part about the hot scene is just getting to do whatever I want over here.
Yeah,
Getting to make
great.
faces at the other two people.
Yeah.
That is a benefit of it.
Yeah.
Mick.
Yes.
Would you like to read the synopsis of this film?
I would love to. So, the Muppets Christmas Carol, they perform the classic Dickens holiday tale with Kermit the Frog playing Bob Cratchit, the put-upon clerk of the stingy Ebenezer Scrooge, played by the incomparable Michael Caine. Other Muppets, Miss Piggy, Gonzo, Fozzie Bear, and Sam the Eagle, weave in and out of the story while Scrooge receives visits from the spirits of 3 Christmases, past, present, and future. They show him the error of his self-serving ways, but the miserable old man seems to be past any hope of redemption and happiness. Boy, that sounds like a kid's film, does it not?
I really like Scrooge.
So something, listeners, you should know is that, sometimes when we watch a movie together, we kind of choose which characters we identify with. And it's pretty obvious upon the first 5 minutes of the movie that you're Scrooge.
Yeah, I think I laughed the most at the things that he said that were not terribly kind.
And when people put upon him, of like, God, that guy's a dick, you were like, oh, he just misunderstood.
It was like he was finally feeling happy with the ghost of Christmas present, and then he went to this party, and he was like, oh great, my nephew, this is such a great and then he immediately hears that he's a piece of shit, and I was like, oh.
But here's the thing,
he was finally having a good day.
What's going to spawn change? Is it going to be putting him in a happy mood, or then showing him what's possible, and then going?
You've got to prank that moment.
This is always my problem with you guys, is that it has to be the result or something. I'm just saying you can have that, and I can still empathize and feel like, oh, that was sad that he feels sad. I can still have that moment and think, oh yeah, he deserved it.
Well, it was a pattern of behavior of empathizing with Scrooge. It wasn't this one moment.
Yeah.
It was Alexis cackling as he hucks the wreath at the little bunny.
It was funny.
When he says, when he has humbug, you were like, yeah, humbug. Because you were saying that you also didn't like Christmas at a young age.
I didn't, because... Okay, you know what?
I'm not the biggest Christmas guy
either. We're hitting too close to home now, guys, which is why I did not like Christmas.
Let's dig into it.
No, I actually, while we were watching the movie, but I didn't want to say it because I didn't want to talk through the movie, but there's a few photos of me from Christmas from when I was I want to say I was maybe 8 because I didn't have 2 of my front teeth. Yeah.
That's cute. Love it.
Yeah. So, and there's pictures of me holding up a present, and I'm so happy, right? And I'm in my jammies and stuff. And then there's immediately a picture after that where I'm just bawling my eyes out. Oh. And I'm
What spurred that on? Do you remember?
You know what? I do actually think that it was something that my sister, Natalie, she would tease me sometimes. I don't remember what the fuck she said, but then I started crying, and my mom still took a picture of that, which I think should really tell you what kind of a place I grew up in.
Oh, it's another Kodak moment.
A very, very loving household, but very, very strange.
Yeah. Wow.
Everybody's very tired, and no one trusts each
other
other
anymore. Another Christmas classic.
Great Christmas film.
Yeah, so, I didn't like Christmas because everybody kind of fucking sucked during Christmas. Nobody could get along, and it made me sad. So all I had was the Santa Claus, How the Grinch Stole Christmas, and, I don't know, all those things to keep me happy at that time.
I love all the characters that are basically like, oh, Christmas is coming, let's shut that shit down. You're like, yeah.
I love the Grinch. I thought he was funny.
He's a mean one.
2 in the pink, 1 in the grink. 2 in the pink, 1 in the grink.
What does that mean?
I got nothing for you.
It means you put... Never mind.
Great. I wouldn't touch you with a 39.5-foot pole. Go on.
I had nothing. No, I was done. That was it.
Oh, man. I love Miss Piggy. She was so unhinged.
Oh, my God.
Love a challenging woman, I do.
Absolutely. I love it. I love what Zach
okay.
said. Wait, really quick. I love it. I didn't write it down, but Zach said something about, you were like, oh, I love how Mrs. Piggy lifts Kermit up. And you were like, yeah, he is her twink.
Yep, that is what I said.
Yeah.
I've never thought of it that way
Miss Piggy and
before.
the
I don't know
Twink.
why I didn't see that when I was 8
Miss
years
Piggy
old.
and the Green Twink.
Yeah, why didn't I see as a child that Kermit is Piggy's twink?
He's a twink.
Oh, yeah. It was because I was like, oh, look, she's hugging him from behind because he's smaller.
He is smaller. He's
Yeah,
dainty.
she's got to hold him.
Yeah.
He's a fragile little frog.
He's a fragile
Okay,
little
yeah.
Speaking of fragile characters, Tiny Tim.
Oh,
Yeah.
Tiny Tim.
Dude,
That sucks.
I lost it.
Especially that one part where he died.
Yeah, I was mad sad because what did they say at the
Kermit
table?
goes, oh my God. Life is full of comings and goings, and this is the first going of someone, of one of us or something.
Yeah. No. Fuck. Oh, I said
Nailed
it.
it.
I said
Nailed
it.
it.
Can I have my hammer back? Because you nailed that.
Listen, it's just my Jordan Peterson impression, because they
Your
sound
Jordan
the same.
Poole impression.
No. God damn it.
I don't know. It was something about remembering Tiny Tim and then remembering the first time we have a parting between us.
Yes.
Yeah. And I just...
Yeah,
I
life
just
is
thought-
full of meetings.
Yeah, we
and
started
parties
hearing
or
Alexa
something.
sniffle, and sure enough,
Yeah, I was fucking
the Muppets
crying.
got to her.
I was crying too.
That got me.
Yeah, got all of us.
Yeah, I started to choke up at that point, but when the waterworks started for me was when Scrooge finds his own grave. For some reason, I love his acting in it. Michael Caine
is
let's
so
just
fucking good
get
in
to
this
the
movie.
big thing here, which is talking about Michael Caine playing Ebenezer Scrooge in a kids film and absolutely going above and beyond, playing it straight, and it works so well for the rest of the film because all these lovely little furry actors get to bounce off that very stern portrayal of Scrooge, and it works incredibly well. What did he say? Like, Michael Caine said that, look, I know I'm playing Ebenezer Scrooge in a Charles Dickens story with a bunch of puppets, but I am in a Charles Dickens story. I'm going to play Ebenezer Scrooge as Ebenezer, regardless of what kind of furry creatures are around
I think that's really the only way you can really go into that is just full. I wanted to say full frontal, and maybe I should just.
You
full
should
frontal.
not go full frontal in a
tried-
Muppets movie.
They tried that in the camera test, but little Rizzo got shy. I thought this was a kids movie.
I'm sure Gonzo would have been excited.
God's
There
up
he
that
is.
fucking
Miss
horny
Piggy would
little
have been
freak.
like, Kermit,
frontal.
hey, are you around? No? Great. I think that's all that I wrote.
penis away! Hiya! I am going to raise your dick off the pavement!
Great.
God, you know what? Let me just take this moment to have a little bit of Christmas cheer and just say how I'm so happy that we have done this podcast. That we decided, honestly, that we decided to go forward through this and to do it because it gives us moments like that. Like the last 20 seconds Don't say that we never gave anything to the world, folks, because God damn it,
We're so quotable.
We're so generous.
Yeah.
Isn't
It is the time of giving and receiving,
It is. I was
which
gonna
each
say,
of us does
that's
a lot
the
on
theme.
this podcast.
That's the theme of the story, is to be charitable and full of cheer.
All right.
Open to possibilities.
Mick, are you done jerking us all off?
What?
Are you done jerking off this podcast?
Oh, are you off yet?
I'm mostly off.
You
I'm
know
off
what?
enough.
Can I take a hard turn?
You can take a hard something.
You're smashing it.
I had another moment when I was like on the couch with you guys while we're all like sniffling, where I was like, "It's so nice to watch a movie with friends."
Yeah, this was a very warm experience.
Yeah.
I did feel very close to you too.
Yeah,
It
Mick
warmed
made
the
me hot
cock.
cocoa, so
Well, you made all of us hot cocoa. It's just we couldn't drink it.
I certainly
Yeah,
couldn't
let's get the
drink
record
it.
straight. Zach made cocoa for everybody, and
Yeah,
it was really sweet.
I was like, I'm gonna surprise my friends with something nice. I made hot cocoa, and I didn't get like a package of cocoa. Like I made hot cocoa.
the old-fashioned way.
Yeah, no, I melted chocolate. I did the whole thing. I bought a thing of whipped cream. I was gonna like present it all, and then Mick
love
came in, and he was like, "Oh yeah, no, Alexis isn't gonna be able to do a hot cocoa with like lactose in it."
Oh yeah, no.
So
It's gonna be a messy Christmas, guys.
A
it's gonna be
piping
a
hot cup of
brown
IBS.
Christmas.
Literally.
It's a brown Christmas.
It's beginning to look a lot
you.
like shitmas.
Yeah.
It's running down my leg.
The highbrow humor of the film makers.
Sophisticato.
It's beginning to look a lot like shitness. Anyways,
down.
yeah, so I made a whole pot of hot cocoa, and then they couldn't drink it, and Mick made different hot cocoa.
It's truly the thought that counts, though.
Yes.
because
But-
No, we appreciate
I
you,
thought
Zach.
it
We
was
love you.
beautiful. Yeah.
Oh, I love you guys.
Yeah. And then I was like, "Oh no, you drink your hot cocoa with us because he's gonna make hot cocoa and you can have yours with us." And he was like, "Oh, I already had mine." And I was like, "Oh, so we can't even share this."
Yeah, no, but I had another cup eventually.
Well, there we go.
Yeah,
That was great.
Yeah. It was a sweet little moment, and with a sweet little film, which we're getting back to now.
Yes.
Because something else that I want to talk about with this movie is the genuinely pretty complex oneer that opens the movie.
Yes.
That's like a
The opening shot.
Yeah, that's like
Yeah,
a
absolutely.
Zemeckis style opening oneer.
Yeah.
Where the camera comes down from like the sky.
The big bigatures.
Yeah, to
Coming
the
down.
like bigature of London.
Yeah.
It goes through the city streets,
Yep.
showing all of these like Muppets and people interacting together. Muppets doing all these like little throwaway lines and jokes. And then you come to rest on Rizzo and Gonzo, and the story starts. And it's like such a complex shot
Yeah.
with like, background that you have to, manage that is both people and Muppets.
Yeah.
And it all comes together seamlessly, and it is like such a great way to immediately sell the world of this movie.
Yeah.
I believe I watched a making of for this movie a couple of years back, and like they had all these like elevated sets because they had to like not
The
only
puppeteers had to be
underneath the set. So not only did they build all these like bigatures, which are like large versions of these city streets.
Bigatures means a large miniature. For
Yes.
those of you who don't know.
Yes. But they also had to build these elevated sets so that the people and Muppets could interact. It's like just such a complex way to make a movie.
Oh, yeah.
That's totally worth it because it's a stone cold classic.
I actually love bigatures and miniatures, so I
Yeah.
really enjoyed it.
When we went to the Academy Museum, seeing some of the miniatures from
The Batman.
the Batman
Yeah.
was really, really cool.
Ooh, yeah. I still gotta go there.
We gotta
Yeah,
go. We should all go together.
That would be
Yeah.
fun. That'd be a
Film
good...
Major's field trip.
That would be a film major's field trip. I love that.
Oh,
And none of our listeners can come.
Yeah.
We'll tell you about it.
Yeah, we'll let you know when we're going. Come
Yeah,
find
it'll be
us.
part
kind of
of
the
what's
nature-
going on.
Exactly. That's
Yeah.
the nature of this medium. So, get over it, folks. Come on.
Well, you know what?
Put your eyes back on the road.
Yeah.
10 and 2. Put your phone down.
Well, keep it open though. Make sure you're still playing the podcast.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that was one thing that I wanted to bring up. Just like the genuinely pretty great craft of this movie. Mick pointed out the beautiful shot of Kermit looking up at the moon.
Yeah, that's
that
a really
was
beautiful shot.
Yeah, I like
Right
that.
after the business closes. Yeah, really nice. Well done.
You know what I really loved was I don't remember exactly what Scrooge said, but like all of his little bookkeepers are in their little uniform, and then I think he says he's going to give them like more coal or something.
Yeah.
And then they like change into these like.
Or no, he says he's not going to give them more coal.
No, he does.
Because they're asking for more coal,
Yeah.
and he's like, how are they going to how warm will they be on the unemployment line? And then they change their tune because he says he's going to fire them.
Oh, and so then they're in those tiki outfits.
Yeah.
They're
Yes.
like, oh, it's so warm
It's
in
so
here.
warm, we
This
can
is my
practically have a
island
luau.
in the sun.
Oh, that was
Yeah,
funny.
that was funny.
I really.
Yeah. Also, when they're asking for the coal, and one of them goes, "All our assets are frozen."
Yes,
Yep.
I laughed so hard at that. I was like, I love a good financial joke.
Yeah.
I mean, honestly, this is a really good socialist picture. It's really anti-capitalism.
It
I
truly
mean, that's
is.
just the nature of
The
Charles
story,
Dickens'
yeah.
Christmas Carol. But still, this movie does not shy away from it. Really punches those important storylines and themes. Well done. I mean, this is exactly the kind of content that I think a young, impressionable mind should watch. Because not only is it important and it's about your fellow man, your community, and being charitable, but also it's funny. Mm-hmm. It's legit. It has very good humor in it. It has fantastic use of breaking the fourth wall with the great Gonzo and Rizzo the Rat. What a great pair.
Oh my god, what
Legends.
was the line that I fucking love from Gonzo?
It's the bit where he's like, narrators are omniscient. I know everything.
Oh, right.
Oh yeah, and then I was like, haha, that's true.
Yeah.
Educational, I love it.
The shot of Gonzo going, "Expect the first ghost when the bell tolls 1," and cackling is so
epic.
fucking yeah.
It's epic.
It's incredibly dramatic and so funny.
And also, I think this movie is genuinely a little unsettling, too.
Oh yeah, there are a
I
few
still
scary
get chills
moments
from it. You know, when the Marley brothers first show up, that's great. That's a great sequence. Go for it.
Okay, so with the Marley brothers, there's a joke in there that I don't know if you caught, Alexis.
Okay.
Because there's only one Marley in the original story.
I know that. That's what I was confused for a second
Yes.
because I was like, I'm pretty sure I know Charles Dickens pretty well, and there's only one. Marley.
Yes, they wanted to work in Statler and Waldorf in those roles.
Some of my two favorite
So,
Muppets.
Okay.
there's Jacob Marley. The added Marley is Robert Marley.
Okay.
Robert Marley.
Bob Marley.
Yes.
Yeah, it's great.
Okay, I get it.
Yeah. I didn't think
It's
that you
so
caught that
subtle.
during the movie.
You know what's so funny
and
is
it's
I had
such a
this-
dumb joke,
I
but
did
it's so
have
funny.
a moment where I was like, Robert, Bob, but then didn't go any further for some reason. That's
Yeah, it's Bob Marley.
You know what was fucking cursed? The ghost of Christmas Past.
Yeah.
That child.
Ugh.
It looks like
Dark
one of
Crystal
the
vibes.
It's Dark Crystal vibes, but the Dark Crystal is actually like the real puppets, and this one was like this like half ethereal child.
It's a real
type of
puppet,
thing.
but it's supposed to look like a
Yeah,
human
I'm
child.
not sure what they did. Did they like...
Anytime a Muppet is supposed to look like an actual human being, it doesn't work. Like, you have the ghost of Christmas Past, and then you had those little carol singing young
the little
babies.
baby looking guys?
Yeah.
Yeah, those
Oh,
guys
those
look
were-
fucked
those
up.
were
It's
also
cursed.
cursed.
Yeah, yeah. It's stay away from the people, unless of course it's the big jolly guy, Ghost of Christmas Present, who we love.
Yeah, love that guy.
Great.
Fantastic.
We're really just doing a conversation about the Uncanny Valley.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What's the Uncanny Valley?
You don't know about the Uncanny Valley?
Wow, that would explain why you liked the Polar Express.
Yeah.
Oh,
So the Uncanny Valley is like the concept of like when you're simulating a like human being or like a human type character, the closer you get to a real person, there's a point where it becomes close enough to looking like a real person, but it's still too far from actually being a real person,
Yeah.
where it becomes unsettling, and that's the Uncanny Valley.
Yeah, it's like this strange. It's like this strange pendulum thing where it's like the closer you get to capturing a real human being, the harder it gets to capture it because it comes back to a survival instinct in human beings that we have this ability to identify a fellow human being, and if there's something about this fellow human being, quote unquote, that is kind of off, it puts us off.
That's
We
why
get
babies
defensive.
are scared of people in hats or glasses.
Right.
Yeah.
So the uncanny valley is us identifying that you're a human, but you're not human, and therefore I'm uncomfortable.
This is why Gonzo and Beaker are my friends.
Oh, I
and
love Beaker.
the kids in the Polar Express, I want to fucking beat to death with a hammer.
Oh, but they're so sad.
I don't care how sad they are. Especially those
The
guys.
cheekbones are so stiff.
You know, I did rewatch one of the songs
Well,
from the
you
Polar
coming?
Express, and that shit was kind of scary, but I still love the song.
Tickets,
Yeah,
please. Tickets.
That must be a really good song. My God.
It is not.
It's cute. It's sad.
Hey, you
And
know
I
what?
love cute sad.
You know what it
It's a
doesn't
vibe. It's
have
an aesthetic.
anything on? The songs from the Muppet Christmas Carol. Because there are some certified fucking bangers in this movie.
It's in the singing of a street corner choir.
It's going home and getting warm by the fire.
It's true wherever you find love, it feels like Christmas. You're welcome,
Great.
folks. God.
We're Marley and Marley, avarice and greed. We took advantage of the poor and just ignored the needy. Fucking so good.
Yeah,
Honestly,
Heaters.
is so interesting just watching these two blast away on these songs. They're so happy.
We love them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Great.
Mick
Genuine
realized.
joy.
Mick realized that he doesn't like musicals.
Nope.
He loves a musical.
If there are Muppets in them.
Yeah.
Well, you know what? I mean, all joking aside, I'll go even further than that. I realize that I do love musicals if they're comedies. That's honestly what it is. Because I love A Book of Mormon. I love Blazing Saddles. I love The Producers. I love all the Muppet musicals. So I think they just need to be funny. In other words, if a musical doesn't take itself seriously, I enjoy it.
No, I like a musical that leaves me like messy and unfuckable every single time that I watch it because I just aspire to be messy and unfuckable for the rest of my life.
We're gonna get you with like Cabaret.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm sure. I'm sure there'll be one that finally does me over.
Yeah.
Oh, believe me, I'm gonna hit you with so many you don't know what's gonna happen.
I got kind of excited just then, I'm not going to lie.
Of course you did. You nasty man.
Let's see. What else do we have to say about this film?
I mean, the gag during the Scrooge song where the vegetables sing, and if he were a flavor, you can bet he would be sour. Even the vegetables don't
Yeah, I
like
love
him.
that line. Even the vegetables don't like it.
Yeah, that song has several incredible lines.
No crust of bread for those in need, no cheeses for us Mises.
I was having fun watching like the live action like background during one of the songs where they're just like twirling and then you could see these moments where they're like, oh, can't keep going this way. I think I might fall with this giant hoop skirt. And then they start going the other way. And it was just really kind of funny.
See, I wasn't looking at a single human person.
Oh,
There was
I
another-
was because of their dresses, and I love hoop
This
dresses.
is a
This
great
is a great period piece.
It
Yeah.
is a period piece, yes.
This still carries over to Period Piece Palooza.
Woo!
There was a moment during the last song where Ebenezer, he's now, he's woke. He's a woke Ebenezer where he loves the Christmas spirit.
God, love
And-
a woke
Giving the
Ebenezer.
people.
And giving the people what they want. Gets them going. They're doing a big musical number, and I look back, and one of the human extras, the background, they're all supposed to be singing together, and you can tell he kind of loses the lyrics at one point, and then kind of looks around at the people around him. Oh, that's the part of the song we're at. No, blah, 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 blah.
I love that you said he looks around at the people around him because it's Muppets.
Well,
It's
yeah, there were
Muppets
some
around
other
him.
human actors around him, but yes. there were
Yeah,
some
but the Muppets are people.
Yes.
Yeah.
Great.
Do we have anything else that we want to discuss?
I just feel so full of happiness because of this movie.
Yeah,
it
I'm-
really. I told the both of you while we're sitting on the couch that this really does harken the beginning of the Christmas season. It feels
truly
like it's
does.
finally here.
Yeah.
I'm really glad you enjoyed it, Alexis. I
Yeah, I
have to
did.
say it's a bit of a relief. It's a bit of a weight off my
I swear
shoulders.
to God, every time I come into the Christmas season, I'm always like, I get why everyone's so excited because people get time off, but I just want to be at home, not watching Christmas movies necessarily.
Yeah,
I am Scrooge.
I'm a bit of a Scrooge, but there are a few Christmas movies that get me there.
Yeah.
And this is maybe number one on that list. So
The
I'm
Muppets
very...
Christmas Carol, it gets you there.
It
It
sure
gets you
does.
Yes.
Oh, one more thing. If you...
I remembered something else you said.
Oh no.
What?
You asked does Miss Piggy and Kermit like ever actually fuck, or are they just
No, I
edging
think-
all the time?
No, I said I always remember Kermit and Miss Piggy because they always looked like they were edging. And then you
That's
said
so
like,
much
oh no,
better.
they fuck. And then I was like, oh, so they edge and they fuck?
I said no, they only fuck when the cameras aren't rolling.
And
They
then I
edge when
said
the
they're
cameras
an
are-
on-again, off-again thing.
right.
Oh yeah.
But I'm
I'd
glad
like
we got that in.
I'd like to mention one more quick thing about this movie.
Go for it.
If you, like me, watched this movie on VHS in the 2000s, you'll remember that there's a song between young Scrooge and his love that she sings. It's called Our Love Is Gone or something. It's like, our love is gone, our love is gone. And then there's like a reprise.
Yeah, I do remember that.
Yeah, and that
Yeah.
song fucking sucks.
Well, you don't really need to sing a song for that. We all know it's
Yeah.
clearly.
We don't want to see people sing. Show
so-
us the Muppets.
On the version on Disney Plus, they've cut that song.
They knew
and-
it was bad.
Yeah, listen, I am not in favor of altering films after their release on streaming services. There was like a whole thing where I believe on the Prime Video release of Avatar, they cut the scene where they have hair sex, which, boo.
Wait,
Yeah,
what?
they cut the scene where they like link their braids and fuck.
Wait, sorry.
In
I
Avatar.
apologize. Oh.
Yeah, on the Prime Video release.
Oh, okay.
They cut that, and like, I'm not in favor of that. But in this specific instance, yeah, that's all right.
Yeah. Because at least they're not mating with Iowa.
Yeah, well, you gotta keep that.
Okay.
All right.
Alexis is a big Avatar fan.
Yeah. Sure.
Can't wait. Way of Water coming right up.
Way of the Water.
Actually, by the time
Oh,
this
my-
episode is out, the Way of Water will probably...
Will it have hit?
It will either have hit or it will be mere days away.
You
So
know
we
what?
should have
I did-
mentioned.
Sorry,
go
I
ahead.
did actually have a conversation with my 7-year-old nephew about this because he was like, I want to see Avatar. And I was like, oh, the new one? He's like, yeah. And then my sister was like talking about how she saw the movie, when it came out in theaters originally. And he's all, no, you haven't seen it. It's not out yet. And she was like, no, the first movie. I saw it in theaters, Jackson. He was like, what? Why did you take me? And she was like, dude, you weren't even born yet.
I love that. It's so cute.
Why didn't
It's
you
so
take
cute.
me?
Why didn't you take me?
That's funny. All right. Well,
Yeah, we should have mentioned in the What's Going On that now the biggest box office success right now is Avatar: The Way of Water,
of course it is.
sweeping the world by storm.
Is it out?
No, it will
we're
be by
saying
the
it
time
will
this
be by
is
the
out.
time this airs.
So we'll
let's
have a
Right.
new highest grossing film of all time.
Yes. So yes, let's just announce it now
We
that it's the
so
biggest
will.
movie of the year.
Who's never bet against the Cameron? Never.
Oh my
His
God.
last 2 movies were the highest grossing movie of all time.
Top Gun Maverick. Who?
Yeah, you're goddamn right. So I hope that we're all enjoying Avatar: The Way of Water. Happy Avatar time
Happy
to those
Avatar
who celebrate. And you can catch
Alexis
us.
looks so dead inside.
I have nothing to say,
She's
guys.
literally wearing a beanie right now that says "meh as fuck."
Yeah, I am. And that's exactly how I feel at the end of this episode right now.
Oh,
Well-
I had fun.
Avatar, The Way of Life. Wait, what
The
is
Way
it?
of Water.
Way of Water.
God.
Yeah.
All right. Is it time to wrap things up, guys?
We're wrapping it up.
Great.
Let's wrap this up like a Christmas gift and put it under the Film Majors Christmas tree.
Alrighty. Well, next Friday, you can tune in to hear us discuss Frank Capra's It's a Wonderful Life. It's a 1946 film starring Jimmy Stewart.
That's my man.
That's my guy.
I'm very excited to watch it. I've never seen it. Classic
I've never
film.
seen it either.
You,
Yeah.
neither of you have seen it?
Neither of us have seen it.
Neither of us have seen it. I know.
Yeah.
Oh, this is always my favorite when I get to show you guys a classic movie that you haven't seen.
I want to wear a skirt.
I want to wear a skirt.
And you can find it on Amazon Prime Video. It's on there for free.
Please, guys, we'll watch this movie. This movie actually makes me feel like I have warmth in my heart. So
Much like a Muppet Christmas Carol.
That's right.
yeah, but this movie's the blueprint for me.
Really?
Yeah.
Well, now I'm even more excited to see it.
Yeah.
And if you want to follow us on social media, you can find us at Film Majors Pod on Instagram, Twitter, and TikTok. And if you'd like to send us some feedback, shoot us a suggestion for a movie you'd like us to cover at some point.
Berations.
Yeah, if you want to berate us, because we love to
We're
be berated.
still waiting, and the anticipation is tasty, but get on with it.
You
We
can
love the suspense of beration.
Okay.
shoot us an email at filmmajorspod@gmail.com.
I would really like to cover a movie that someone recommends us to watch. I
Yeah.
think that would be really fun.
Yeah.
But you got to shoot us an email.
You got to do it. You got to. Can they do it other ways?
Yeah, I guess you could DM us.
Slide into our DMs.
Yeah.
Yeah, there we go. Brought to you
Alrighty.
by Jiffy Lube.
Great.
God bless us.
Everyone.